I'm just going to show this out. Share it out. And then I will be right with you. Oh, gotta log back in. Oh, I will be right with you people. Oh, don't you hate it when your laptop just signs you out of everything? And you have to sign back in. The internet went, so we were signed out again. I am sure Coach Eli will downgrade our stream again because, you know, that's what he does. Can't handle letting a kid just have a birthday. But thank you to Coach Eli, who downgraded by 9 votes yesterday. Thank you so much. A shame we have 14 people thumbs upping it yesterday. So, you know, suck it, Eli. All right, here we go. Perfect. We can take that off now. Talon will be with us shortly. If anyone didn't see the stream with Eli last night, I highly recommend you go to Rogue's channel and watch it. Skip the first hour where Eli's nice to everybody and basically lies the entire stream, and get to the Rogue part, which is the juicy part, where he literally bashes Eli, and Eli basically has no leg to stand on. And if you want to see the world's biggest flip-flopper, he's currently talking on RJ on Riley's channel, and I don't intend to listen to RJ one bit. I'm sorry, he's a flip-flopper. He brought it on himself. I have my opinions on that, which I'm going to do in a separate stream. If you want to hear my opinion on RJ and Eli, it's a good one. I've already given my theories to SB on what I think of RJ's behaviour, what I think he's done, what I think should be done to him, what he should get, the repercussions. He should be in trouble for it. He should get the same treatment as Eli. Sorry, but when you stick with a person in a group, you are accountable for everything they do. How it goes. Jeannie, you coming, lot man? Yeah, give it that. Right. Today is my son's birthday. He will be with us shortly. Hey everyone, much love. I show you on my community tab, sister. Oh, thank you, TJ. How are you today? Did you enjoy last night's stream with Rogue? Very interesting. I don't know if you were there for the Rogue stream, but that is the best shit I've seen on YouTube, I think, ever. I've never seen someone go so hard on somebody else on YouTube. It was pure perfect timing, perfect everything. But today my son is 13. As you can see, there are no decorations. He is too old for that kind of thing, which is unfortunate because I do love throwing a good party. So this is technically his party. He has some stuff he's going to show you that we bought him. He's going to show you his cake. He's had a really good birthday so far. Let me get something. He didn't really want anything as such for his birthday. As you can see, 13. If I set up the way, he's going to be through in a sec. I don't know how many people are going to come because Riley's streaming at the minute and they're grilling RJ within an inch of his life, which they should do. But my opinions on RJ will be in a different stream. Yes, it's that I just posted on my community tab what is going on with me. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll have a look at that, TJ. I guess everyone's going to be with Riley and RJ in that debacle. I don't think Riley should have had RJ up on the stream. I don't believe we need to hear RJ's flip-flops and excuses and his blatant lies. He knows what's going on. RJ isn't dumb. I think he acts dumb and he's like, oh, did he? Did he say that? It's like, RJ, you know he said that. You were there, you watched it, you partaked. Come on. Stop playing dumb. You know, the whole dumb act, oh, because I have Asperger's, I'm dumb. It's not going to wash for me. Sorry, but no. People with autism are the most intelligent people you'll ever meet. They're not dumb. They're smarter than everybody thinks. And him playing this whole, oh, I didn't know I was doing that, and I didn't know Eli was doing that, and did he say that? Like, come on. You were there, you heard it, you partook it, you're part of it. Sorry, but that's how I feel. You won't change my mind, RJ. You can sit there and plead and beg for forgiveness and claim it was all Eli, but I'm sorry, it takes two to tango. And you bashed Gemma, and you were just horrible to people. Happy birthday to your son. Yeah, he will be here. He is meant to be turning up. He's currently with his brother at the minute, and he said he wanted to stream, so I made a stream. We did stream yesterday, for a tiny bit, but he wanted to come live today to show you the bits he got from all your donations. He just wanted to share what he's got, so we're going to wait for some people to come in, and then he's going to show you what he got. He got a lovely cake this morning. We went to Tesco's. As you can see, he's got a couple of bits. His remote still hasn't arrived. It's stuck in the post. Bloody COVID, of all things, is keeping his remote from turning up. And there's the birthday boy, little T.
Hi.
Mr. Teeny's here. TJ says, happy birthday to your son, much love. Everyone is probably with RJ at the minute, so
yeah, I kind of expect that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Teeny couldn't stay up to watch the debacle of RJ and Eli, but he does have his own opinions on our Eli. And some of the shit that Talon's heard me saying before, he's just a vile person. And we've just listened to RJ trying to plead for forgiveness and beg for forgiveness and try and worm his way back in. And my thing is, he's not going to work. Even Teeny was listening to that and being like, well, no, if you do something, you're accountable for it. Simple as. He bashed Gemma the other day with Eli, and now he's claiming Eli pushed him, Eli made him do it. No one makes you throw abuse to somebody else. You do that off your own back. Isn't that right, Talon? You know, if you go outside and you call a fat person a fat fuck, you can't blame your best friend who's standing next to you who called them the same thing. If you join in, you're as guilty as the person, you know, you're guilty, aren't you? You can't just pass the buck and say, oh, he made me do it. He made me do it. No, he didn't make you do it. You don't get his hands up your ass moving your mouth around, my friend. He was trying to plead for forgiveness. And me and Talon both have the same theory that if last night had gone well for Eli, he would still be over there. If Rogue hadn't tore into him and made 100,000 people see what a complete con charlatan he is, RJ would still be over there right now bigging up Eli, guaranteed. It's because shit hit the fan, things got heated. The interview didn't go how Eli wanted it to, and RJ's jumping ship. I've said the same thing a couple of days ago, that RJ would jump ship as soon as I gave Eli. How long did I give RJ? Was it a week before he jumped ship? I think I said about a week. I called the day that RJ flip-flopped to the day. I literally said the night before he flipped and flopped over. I called it the night before, and everyone said, Raven, you were right. You knew, you saw the signs. It's like, yeah, I know RJ's full of shit. And then when he flopped the other day, I said in the Discord, I give RJ a week before he comes crawling back, and I'm not far off. he's not coming back. I don't want him. I don't believe Coach J-Ron wants him. I know Anna doesn't want him. How can you go to somebody's chat like Riley's and everybody in the chat was saying, don't let RJ on, we don't care, we don't want him here. We don't need to hear his excuses. We don't want to hear his excuses. I will never have RJ on my panel. I don't want to hear what he has to say. He's non-existent. He's irrelevant to our group. If everybody else wants to big him up and forgive him, so be it. But I won't be there when he flops in a week's time and goes back to Eli, which he will do. He will go back again. And then he will claim that Eli manipulated him again, and it goes round and round. Oh, I have to take this. Can you do the live stream for a minute? Hello? Yes, it is. Yeah.
I go to dead silent.
I was meant to have a call today at 2:30, and amazingly, they are an hour and a half late.
From
Your trust.
that.
My advisor's left.
Sorry.
I had a phone call last week from an advisor for Helping Hands, who are people that are going to help me back into work, and my advisor's now quit and left a week late.
Nice.
So I was meant to have a call, and 2:30. So nearly 2 hours late. My call is.
Yeah.
That's now booked for tomorrow because I've told them today's your birthday and can we rearrange it? She was going to do it now, but it's like a 45-minute phone call. And I said, no, can you call back tomorrow? And she said, would that be more convenient? And I said, yeah, it's my son's birthday. Can we do it tomorrow? And she said, yeah, that's perfectly fine. They said, we messed you around technically because they booked the appointment. Then they changed the person because he's left. And then she's so swamped because she's took on his cases. So she's trying to rearrange stuff and everything and catch up on all the cases before she phones us.
Okay.
Like reading them all. Because I only filled in my form last week. They changed it already. Say happy birthday. He's here. You can say happy birthday. Sadrish says happy birthday. As you can see, my son is 13. I have a teenager. So, as a couple of people aren't here, they're probably all with, I hate to say it, they're all listening to RJ's shit. But Tal's going to show you what he got, and then I will just show it a bit later in the stream if anybody else turns up. So we don't do cards really, but his brother got him a card. I didn't get him a card because we're saving the trees, aren't we, Teeny?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Teeny doesn't give a shit about the trees, let's be honest. He'd just rather have money. So,
We don't need to.
what do you want to show them, sweetie?
Oh, it's all got to be shown. So.
Well, the first item he got was this. He got a £20 wallet up PlayStation Store. I don't know what he's spending it on.
I don't either.
Big 13, that means he was born in 07. He was born in 2008, Sadra. So we got this morning, and I don't know what he's spending it on. I don't think he's chosen a game or a pack. It's probably going to go to, I don't know, he might use it on Minecraft maybe, GTA. Daydrift is a friend of mine.
It won't be streamed today.
He was in your other stuff.
Okay.
I don't think he was in yesterday's stream. He also got some of these. These are more for school. They're 6.5 socks because he goes back to school tomorrow. If you didn't know, in the UK, their schools have all rolled back into school, and by the end of the week, every school in the country will be reopened. So we got some socks, which is exciting. I know. Socks are exciting, but they are a must. And his feet have gone up really badly because he's now like a size 7. Big 20 at the PlayStation store. Nice. Yeah, well, you guys donated and bought him the stuff. Then he got these cool, smart new school shoes. To be honest, he only had one choice of one pair in the whole of Tesco's because he's a size 7. I mean, look at these. That they're one step away from being clown shoes, aren't they? They've got the fucking these horrible Velcro bits, which we absolutely hate, but they were the only shoes available.
I'd rather have laces.
He wanted laces. Hey Gemma. So we got them. Then he got this. I'll just put the tag in there.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't want to show Joe wrong. I don't want to, you know. Then he got his cool new sweatshirt, which is kind of cool.
My one's their sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt. It's they're American over there, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're sweatshirts. This cool little hoodie, which he's going to use.
Sweatshirt.
Where's the hoodie? Which is kind of cool.
For me, a sweatshirt's like a
He loves everything with a hood. He sits around like this all day. I don't know what it is about the hood. He just wears it all the time. This one is the best one. And then he got this, which is also pretty cool. Then he got this one. As Talon said, it's kind of retro.
Yeah.
So you got the whole we think it's a PlayStation remote. Then you've got Game Zone. So he got his cool. Hey Anna, the older you get, the more you accept a good pair of socks. Apparently, yeah. You agree with that? Yeah. Socks are. I mean, my socks are just black today, but I do have a sock collection, and I've actually done a video on that. But this is his top. Look how cool that is. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And we also got that. So he got that.
I only said it's retro due to like the.
He got that and his hoodie to wear when he comes to mine, which is pretty cool. Then he got his socks for school. Hey Riley. He got his school shoes, which will go really well. You collect socks as well. Riley collects socks, and he's in his 40s. Socks. I don't know if socks are a big thing in America, but they are in the UK. So we got all of that.
Like an easy thing to
then he got his £20 PlayStation. His remote, which Coach J Ron bought, still hasn't turned up yet. It's in the post. It's on its way. But COVID in the UK has made everything so fucking slow. The post in the UK would be better served by carrier pigeons or snails. That's literally as hey Wrestle whatever. Hey Wrestle. That's Paul PMB. He is a fanatic of wrestling.
I get that.
Yeah, he's a big wrestling fan. Do you want to get your cake so we can show them?
Where is it?
In the kitchen on the side. And then he's going to show you the cake he bought, which Anna will appreciate because Anna loves cakes and baking and stuff. But his remote isn't here yet. If his remote comes tomorrow or later in the week, I will show you in a different stream. You can show them what you like, sweetie. Sure. He's going to show you his cake. We're having a Chinese thanks to Coach J Rom and Anna Bear J Rom. Anna Bear Rom.
How much?
We're all having a Chinese tonight. Thank you to all of you that donated to the channel to help him have a birthday. It's not the best birthday because of lockdown. I mean, would we rather be going on a train, at a beach, at the zoo? Maybe, but it's actually shitting down with rain outside, so we're probably in the best place, yeah? Would you say? It's absolutely horrendous outside. So he got these to put on his cake. He's got gold and silver because apparently having multicolored and pink just wasn't his thing, even though his remote's rose gold. But you know, apparently his cat. To be fair, that's more like a rose gold, isn't it?
Sort of.
So we've got his little candles, and then his cake. He got this. No, it's a bit hard to show you. Hang on, there you go. He got a vanilla tray bake. So it's basically just a sponge cake. With, are they called all sorts or something? Are they like licorice all sorts, or are they called all sorts? What's a bag of sweets when you get the little mix? Dolly mixtures. That's it. They're dolly mixtures on the top, and it's basically just a plain sponge cake. It's got no jam, no nothing as such. It's basically a vanilla cake with a buttercream because he's not really a big fan of chocolate at all. If I had a cake, it would be like death by chocolate, but it will be yummy, and that will be after our Chinese. You want to put that back in the kitchen, Kieran, before it melts. That will be after our Chinese that we're going to have later when his dad comes over. But you want to say anything to them? Just to reiterate saying thank you. I know your remote hasn't arrived.
Yeah.
Go and talk to them.
What?
Just say thank you to everyone that made my birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, a bit more. Come on.
They're gonna have to hear you, mate.
Come on. Say something. A bit more. Come on.
I don't know.
Just say thank you. Thank them all for what they did for your birthday. Come on. Tell them you appreciate.
I'm brain dead right now.
You're 13, not 2, Talon. Come on.
I don't think it's
Come
gonna
on.
say.
Now, or I'll take it back. Say thank you to them.
Thank you.
Yeah, he really does appreciate it. He doesn't know how to express it because he's like a closet teenager. I like vanilla cake and buttercream icing. I'm jealous. Coach is jealous of your cake, Teeny.
Huh?
He's not really a big chocolate fan. Back in the day, as a parent, you'd always buy a kid the biggest, yummiest chocolate cake you can find. Gemma says, happy birthday, Teeny.
Thank you.
Look at the tally when you talk.
Thank you.
It comes up. Is his name Talon? No, his name's Mr. T. We don't want his real name on YouTube because of Coach Douchebag.
It is that, but you can't. It's not spelled.
We're not. I don't really want to have his name on YouTube because Coach Coach Douchebag will try and dox people and go for their families because believe me, I will be talking about shit on Eli at some point. And I don't want him to target my children. Yeah. I can't remove his message. If anyone with a mod wrench can just move Talon's name out of the chat, that would be great.
What?
Good idea. Who knows who's watching? Yeah, if someone can just take Talon's name out of the chat, that would be great. I can, but I have to go right the way through.
You not make me not.
What?
If one of my mods can just take Talon's name out of the, I don't mind people, but I don't want Talon's name in there.
Can you make me not?
It's just for safety because Eli is such a dick.
It doesn't say my name anywhere.
Yeah, he put Talon in there.
He's messed up the name.
Is it gone?
It's further up.
Go after that.
Scroll up a bit. Scroll up.
No, it's
No,
gone.
it's gone.
It is gone. Thank you to whoever took it down. Thank you, Gemma. I can't have his real name. We don't use, even my name isn't on my channel. My real name is not even on my channel. My name is not the Midnight Raven, but I'm not giving Eli the privilege of knowing our real names. If you want to find out my real name, he can search.
It's not hard.
You don't have to apologize, Sage. I call him Mr. T for my own safety. Even my channel's called the Midnight Raven. I wouldn't put my name in the chat at all. I don't even use my real name in Discord. I am Midnight Raven on everything. So he'd be hard pressed to find my real name. But if you want to thumbs up this, please, because Eli will spend most of his day disliking it, as always. He did the other day. He gave us 9 dislikes because he has short man syndrome. I'm sorry, I thought I heard you say it on stream. That's why I asked. Yeah, I'm trying to call him Mr. T. It's habit using his name at home. But no worries, Sadrift. We're just trying to keep things. Although he's featuring on YouTube, Eli is a scum for going people's families and that. He messages people's wives behind the scene and that. He's just scum. Sorry, I'm not in the mix of what's going on. No, we just try not to use real names, but unfortunately I say it by accident because I'm not used to having him on stream. I'm not used to having Talon on stream. It's just because it was his birthday and he was kind of bored. And then yesterday we came on stream to show everyone. He basically wanted to do like a pre-stream. But no worries, Sadrift. It is confusing. You know, I'd love to be able to be, you know, normal on YouTube, but Coach Eli makes it so you can't because, you know, he's so butthurt. So good birthday so far then, Teeny.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say he's had a good birthday. Unfortunately, Paul, as you know, I don't know what Scotland is like, but we're in lockdown. I believe, I don't know if Scotland are in a lockdown. Anybody?
Mhm.
He's in Scotland, and I don't know whether the national lockdown was just the UK, whether it was Wales and Scotland. I think Scotland's been doing, because of their independence, they're now been kind of doing their own thing. I don't think they're following what we're doing, are they? I don't think.
They got different rules than us.
Yeah,
Right.
I think Scotland is separate, but we're technically in the lockdown right now. Although the schools have opened, our nieces went back to school today. His uncle's gone back to school. They're staging it to stop people getting COVID, and then they're each getting COVID tests when they go back, which is going to be the Highlight Talons Day tomorrow. It's apparently the most uncomfortable thing you can ever have done. Although I've had a camera down the back of my nose, so that can't be as bad as having a COVID test. Huh?
Yeah, but you were knocked out.
No, I was fully conscious.
Or you were knocked out of there.
No, I was fully conscious. They just stuffed it down the back of my
Oh.
nose. Fully awake.
I thought the medic.
So I had a panic attack and nearly passed. No, I had a panic attack and nearly passed out, so they had to stop.
Pretty sure the medic make it. So you're a bit sleepy.
Nope.
So then you don't feel all of the pain.
No, they did it while I was fully awake.
Fair
They literally said we need to stick a camera down your nose. I can't really see an issue with the pain in my head from the x-rays and everything else I'd already had. So no, I had a camera down my nose, and that was the most uncomfortable experience I think I've ever had. So a COVID test would just be a doddle. But he's only got to have the one. Hopefully no one will have had COVID.
I'm pretty sure it's one week.
I'm hoping, God pray, nothing comes from it.
I bet it does.
Apparently you can carry COVID but not have symptoms.
I don't know why, but I read
That's
about it.
apparently a thing, that you can carry COVID but have no symptoms at all. You can just actually carry it with you, which is probably scarier than having COVID, giving it to people and not knowing. But you would already have heard that my sister had COVID and still has it, and her husband has COVID. And obviously her 3 children will go to school today. 2 of them will have a COVID test. Rory, don't think he's gone back to nursery yet.
We'll go back.
Yeah, Bella and Ruby are already back at school today.
The family has corona. And
No, they're not
meant to
back.
go back.
They're back at school.
No.
Bella and Ruby are at school today.
Well,
It's on her Facebook page.
Well, they're not meant, eh?
They're back at school because they've been COVID tested and they're clear.
Well, if anyone in your household has corona, the rules is
No,
they're
no,
not meant
they've
to
gone
go.
to school and they'll have a COVID
Okay.
test the same as what you get. They haven't had a COVID test yet because they didn't see the point of doing a COVID test when they were going to school anyway to have one. They have to have a COVID test when they go to school. And
Do it
their poor little brother was so upset this morning because he's been so used to having his sisters at home all the time throughout COVID. He's now getting really upset that his sisters have now gone back to school. He doesn't quite understand what's going on. He's only 2, which is probably why. Thanks, Kieran. You just ruined the stream. You know, you just carry on. So if you have any questions you want to ask Little Man about his day, you're asking questions the other day about his interests, feel free to ask him anything. We can bash Eli some more. We can do whatever you want. Kieran can ruin it for us. Interferes with everything, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All they go on about is computer games. I know they're teenagers, but sometimes... Alan, seriously.
I didn't need to.
Can you close that door?
Yeah.
I don't know why Kieran keeps opening it. He's an imbecile. But hopefully everybody else is having a good day. We were going to do maybe a ducks or something, but it's just... What's his favourite game? I think you answered that the other day, but
Yeah, I did.
why don't you reiterate your favourite games?
It has changed.
Maybe tell them a couple.
It's sort of changed.
Here we go. Go on then.
Well, it is still GTA, but I'm starting to play Rainbow Six Siege a lot more.
Why don't you tell them your new game? He got a new game for his birthday. Aside from the £20 gift card from me, or from you guys, however you want to put it, he got a new game. He got the new
Cold War.
Cold War. What's it called?
Cold War.
The full title.
I'm pretty sure it's like Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
He got the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. When is your next live? I have no idea, Paul. No idea.
Black Ops Cold War, yeah.
I live streamed yesterday for his pre-birthday, and then today is his.
I haven't bought it yet.
Today is his actual birthday, so he wanted to stream today to thank everybody that donated to the channel. To all these presents were purchased by you guys, Coach J-Rom, Joe Buddy, Sharpshooter, Anna Bear, Gemma, Cherokee. Cherokee also sent some money yesterday. Who else sent some? Cherokee sent some. Anna sent some. Joe sent. Riley as well. We forgot about Riley. He sent some money. There was a whole bunch of you. It was hard to keep up with all the donations. Hard to keep up. We had so many good people donating. But my next live will be on my own, obviously. It'll probably be, it might be tomorrow. I have a phone call tomorrow at some point. They haven't given me a time. It's just any time. So I might live stream tomorrow, like after 5 o'clock, and do an evening one so that I won't get a phone call right in the middle of it. We've literally been live like 10 minutes before my thing called, but they were only an hour and a half late. So. My guys quit, so they've changed to a new lady, and she forgot to phone me, which is perfect for the job centre. I'll look out for it. Yeah, I might go live tomorrow, and I want to do my own opinion on RJ. I might do it this evening. I might do it tomorrow, probably tomorrow. But if you haven't been to see Rogue's channel, you need to go see the Rogue Coach Eli interview. Skip the first hour where he talks about crap and go to the bit where Rogue goes for him. It's pure TV. Rogue made over £1,000 in donations last night. An amazing amount of money to make off of somebody, and Eli made absolutely nothing from last night. Made himself look like a complete fool and didn't get nothing from it. You still doing the cemetery stream? I am trying to do the cemetery stream. It will probably be, I want to do it this weekend if I can. With the weather at the minute, it's absolutely shitting it down with rain. It's been raining the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to go out and do it because I can't film in the rain because I use my phone. And I've been sick. If you were watching my channel this week, Saydrift, I've been sick all week. And going out and filming in the rain probably wouldn't be the best idea I've had. Siri, are you doing this in my stream?
PlayStation, the Minecraft store's back there.
But the cemetery stream will happen. It's just that if you watched my video last Sunday, I was going to go out and do it, and I woke up and I was just ill. And then I've been ill up until, I mean, I still don't feel 100%. I still feel a bit crap, if I'm honest. But I will do the stream at some point, Saydrift, and I will message you on Instagram or Twitter, and I will try and tell you the day before I'm doing it. But I can't go out and live stream in the rain. I just can't. If I get sick again, it takes me a lot to get better. I'm really not good when it comes to being ill. But ask little T some more questions. It's his birthday. He should be running the stream. He's not very vocal, as you can see. Look at him. Me, 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 me. And these glasses, he doesn't wear glasses. These are sunglasses. For some stupid reason, he's wearing them constantly.
Is it because my eyes hurt when I look at screen too now?
He needs to have an eye test, really, once everything opens up again. Wow, you've got leather uppers in there. What? Did you see? Your shoes have got a special comfort thing in it. Look, everyday comfort, apparently.
I feel comfy.
I don't know. It says comfort. Look, everyday comfort. Leather upper. They're meant to be like cushioned. I don't believe so. Here, we put them over there. I'm still here just talking to someone famous on Instagram. Oh, Mr. TJ and his contacts, huh? Who are you talking to? Who's famous on Instagram that you know? I know a couple of people on Instagram.
That one
no one overly famous.
I know someone famous.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who do you know?
Picture of an egg.
A picture of an egg.
I'm not lying. It's the most liked.
Picture of an egg is the most famous thing on Instagram.
If I'm correct, if it still is, it's like one of the most liked pictures on Instagram.
Is it still the most liked picture on Instagram? Does anybody know? Is the egg still the best picture on Instagram? Because I remember that blowing up, and we were like, "Did you see the picture of an egg's hit like 100 million views?" And we're like, "What? It's an egg?" Like, yeah, but that's probably the best content. When he wants to go to college or university for? What's he going to Well, the fact that he's 13, you don't actually go to college in the UK until you're 16. So he's got
2 years.
3 years to think of it. I don't hate Cherokee Girl says happy birthday. She donated to you yesterday after the stream. You'd like to say thank you to Cherokee Girl?
Thank you.
Give him a big thumbs up. Thank you, Cherokee, for your donation. I did send you a message after you sent it. What do you want to do when you leave school? Do you have any idea at the minute? Any particular thing you'd want to do?
Not what I want to do now. Most businesses are going out of all that side.
He could do go-karting professionally. He's already doing go-karting at a league standard. He could do regional and earn money from go-karting if he really wanted to.
Most people would do go-karting, but the thing is, though, I don't really fancy traveling around all the tracks and getting used to all the tracks.
Yeah, he could get us if he worked really hard in the new league that he's in, he could get sponsored and then he'd be paid to race. And then you could do regional and counties, and then you could race, you know, properly for money.
Right now, I'm trying to work hard enough to try with the track record on the track I do.
Yeah, he's just gone from what they call there's like little stages when he does go-karting. You get like little leagues, which are like the babies that are learning to do it. Then he had the 2 leagues, which are kind of like the mid-range, where you've done maybe a year or 2. And then when you get to a certain extent, you have to go. The problem Talon had is because he got taller, he couldn't fit in the small go-karts anymore, which meant the choices were not to do go-karting anymore or go up to the big leagues. And he's done 2 races so far.
I ain't looking forward to that.
He's done 2 races so far, and then he's had COVID close it the entire year.
I can't be bothered to go back to go-karting. I just thought, as I've grown and all that.
Oh, they've changed the track as well, haven't they?
I think they have, yeah.
I think they change it. Tal's been on the same track for maybe the last 3 years, and then during COVID, they decided to refresh the track and kind of
They've added new bits.
alter it slightly. So Tal's going to go back and be a little bit shaky at first because he's been so used to doing the same
They're having
track.
to change one of the bits, like 'cause the bit they added in.
Is that the bit
go,
you crashed on?
No, they've added a new bit where I crashed though. Like they've added a bit so it goes straight across instead of having to go around a hairpin
He
corner.
did hit one of the parts on the track, full pelt. He was basically thrown into it at one point. Someone hit his car, and that flew him off the track, and he smashed straight into
I was
it.
going around the corner, someone took the back end, and I went out into the
He was
tyre.
lucky he didn't break his ribs. I think it was his ribs he hit, and he ended up having pain in his ribs. He didn't break anything, but apparently he hit that. He was literally going, what's it called, full out or full choke or whatever you call it, full speed on the track, and this guy hit him, threw him basically off the track, and he smashed straight into the guardrail and nearly went through the guardrail. It was a fairly bad crash, and he hurt his ribs, and he actually did take a week or two off. He actually took some time off, and now they've actually changed the corner that he was actually crashed on. I don't know what they've done to it.
I don't think it's going to be work like, because how they've done it.
They've changed it slightly because Talon, if he'd have hit his head instead of his chest, he would have probably knocked himself unconscious. He'd have knocked himself out. He'd have probably gone to A&E and probably had to be looked at because they do go really quick. The go-karts, I believe, I can't remember how fast you go. I think it's 40 or 50 now, isn't it?
Look it up.
It is quite, I think your mini go-karts are restricted to like
Okay,
20 miles an hour.
Look it up.
No, I think your granddad said it was like 40 or 50 miles an hour. I think they really do pelt round that track. And I squirm every time someone comes up behind him now because I can just imagine him flying off the track. I don't know whether you're scared anymore of the track from crashing. He does break engines a lot. He has made an engine explode. Not by his own fault, mind you. It depends how you look at it. He's broken axle. He broke the axle when he crashed. But obviously he has go-karting insurance, so when he crashed and broke the axle, he's covered.
Yeah.
So is go-karting big in the UK?
Sort of.
It's not big. It's more like you can be paid to do go-karting, and there are sponsors and there are scouts and stuff. It's quite competitive. It is a really competitive. It's not a massive sport, but the little leagues are really competitive. They really do go for it. I mean, Talon's come home with bruises. Like I said, he nearly broke his ribs. It is a really competitive sport. I mean, when the boys race, they race. It's on. Off the track, they're buddies, they're friends, they chat. But as soon as they're on that track, Talon is in go-kart mode, if you want to call it that, aren't you, little man? He really does go into this like go-karting. You missed it. It was back up there.
No, it was.
Go down. So your top speed of 200cc go-kart depends on whether it's a 2 or 4 stroke, but he has the potential to hit 75 miles an hour. Yeah?
I think it's 2 stroke.
Yeah.
So 120.
So it's a 4 stroke. It goes 120. So he can, at the minute, he's not, I don't believe he's full choke on the thing. I think at the minute he's doing like 50 miles an hour, but he can do 75, I believe, full pelt.
I don't know.
It's really quick. Does he own his own go-kart? No,
Sort of.
Actually rents the go-kart from the owner of the go-karting.
Well, it's sort of mine.
He kind of... he technically rents the go-kart, but he's the only one that uses it. Is
The
that
person
right?
who owned it can't really do it anymore.
Basically, the
yeah.
owner of the actual go-karting centre, basically, Talon rents a private go-kart, so it's his own one. It's his own private
The
go-kart.
mechanics spoke out.
So if Talon leaves go-karting, he doesn't own the go-kart. It's technically a loan,
I'll go back to the
but he is the only person that uses it, though. So technically, it's his, but when he leaves go-karting, the owner gets the go-kart back. But it is his own.
It's the mechanics.
Yeah, it is his own go-kart as
Oh.
such for racing. He's basically the only one that gets to use it. But if you've watched my YouTube channel before, he's won multiple trophies. He's won multiple leagues. He must be, well, I don't know, he must have 50 or 60 medals easily. Gold, silver, and bronze, mind you. He hasn't always won gold. Let's get that straight. He's not a class A go-karter. He has had days where he's come home with bronze. I don't think there's been many weeks where he hasn't come third, at the very least. I think he's had 1 week where he had a really crappy week, but that was when he'd come back from hitting his ribs and he was a bit off, and you can understand that. I mean, if he hadn't have even finished, I wouldn't have been surprised. Hey everyone, much love to anyone I missed. Wow, I can't believe. Yeah, they go, but between 40, he can go around, I think it's between 40 and 50 at the minute, but the actual go-kart full speed, he can literally hit like 70. That's why mum stands at the side and watches him and is terrified. Will that be in kilometers? No, it'd be miles per hour in the UK. It's miles per hour in the UK. So he's literally going the same speed as what a car does. But he's on a track with tight corners and bends, and you really have to concentrate, and you learn the track.
Wait a minute.
You learn when to turn. You learn how to do lines, which is a very important thing when go-karting. You have to learn the lines, which means when you take the corner, you have to follow the lines to get round. He spends a lot of time doing go-karting and working it out. He has his own helmet, and he has his own suit. He has his own boots. He has his own gloves. He's fully kitted out with go-karting stuff, head to toe go-kart stuff, the whole shebang. He's fully kitted out with his own stuff. So he may not only own go-kart, but he has his own helmet, his own jacket, his own suit. He owns his own boots. He has special go-karting gloves to grip the steering wheel. He does exercises for his hands to improve his grip. And he's meant to do little weights to improve his arms because of the torque that you get from the wheel. But he's really good at go-karting. He's done 3-4 years now. And now he's doing what they call the big leagues, where he can actually do the big leagues, and they actually look for scouts in the big league. So you can actually be scouted and sponsored in the bigger ones. But like I said, they've changed the track slightly, so he's slightly wary of the new track because they've changed parts of it. And obviously, he really does enjoy his go-karting. Yeah, it sounds really cool. It is. It is a hobby that he got into years ago, and he's kind of stuck with it. Him and his granddad do it. We go and watch him on occasion. We've even been to a go-kart day for his granddad's birthday. But I can't drive the go. We went to a birthday party and we all got to have a go in the go-karts, but I have a spine condition, so I couldn't do it. But I got to see our entire family race, and that was kind of cool. Hey, Timmy. It is cool. I think he enjoys it. I don't know how many more years he's going to do it for. Any idea, Timmy? He's currently still doing it. He may grow bored of it eventually. He's done 3-4 years now of it. And he is getting good at it, but it's just keeping that momentum of wanting to do it, isn't it? I don't. Sometimes it's more that his granddad wants him to do it than I think he does.
How much you want to get it for? Oh, hey.
Yeah, his granddad loves watching him go kart because his granddad used to be into banger racing and he used to be a stock car racer.
He only stopped banger racing because he crashed and broke all
Yeah,
his ribs. Right.
his granddad was a kind of banger racer, stock car racer, and then, like Talon said, he broke his ribs. He got really injured, and that was kind of a stop. You need to stop kind of thing. And then when Talon came along, Granddad decided that Talon could start doing go-karting because he liked going to see the stock car races, didn't you? Yeah? You've been to see banger racing, haven't you? You used to go all the time, right? He goes to see banger racing. Is it Mildenhall? Is it Mildenhall bangers? No?
I think so.
Mildenhall. Have you been to the Yarmouth ones? Yarmouth banger racing? I don't know if he's been to the Yarmouth ones. He does obviously goes to the Swaffham one. You've been to Ipswich to see the big shows and all that.
I'm gonna check the rest of this out.
Okay, sweetie.
There's something in it.
Oh, okay. But he's seen go-kart racing most of his life.
What's that?
Hey, off topic, but I'm having a gaming stream at 5 p.m. today. If you guys are still awake, yeah, that'll be 10 o'clock for us, Anna. That'll be 10 p.m. So racing runs in the family. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, like I said, his granddad did stock car. I will definitely try and make it, Anna. It's only 10 o'clock for us, so it should be fine. If you want to drop the link to your channel, you can do, Anna. So yeah, go-karting, banger racing is kind of the family's thing. Kieran.
Yeah. Oh,
The door. The washing machine is ever so loud. But yeah, it kind of go-karting racing has kind of gone with the family. And then my eldest, who keeps annoying the stream, his dad actually did banger racing as well. So both of their dads are
Dad.
his granddad.
Dad.
His granddad's done stock car and banger, and my other son's dad also did stock car and banger racing. So it's always been around racing.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Anna. Anna's sent the link to tonight's gaming stream.
Well, when I'm home, I'll try to remember it.
But yeah, we did mention RJ earlier. I did come off from watching RJ's talking bollocks on Riley's stream. Me and Talon are not impressed at all with RJ, and Talon knows the whole story. It's fine, as long as it's not written in the chat. Fuck features won't take enough time to read that. He won't watch my entire stream, he'll just dislike it because he's a fucking a-hole. Oh, look, he hasn't disliked it. You know why he hasn't disliked it? Because Eli's had to sleep the night away because he's got to work out his new channel scheme that he's going to do, because 8-Bit decided to donate to Rogue last night, so I'm guessing he jumped ship. RJ's gone to Riley's channel to bitch and moan and try and get back with us, so I guess he's jumped ship. So the only people left with Eli now are American Dream, who's butt fucking Eli, Queen Helen Casey, who needs to keep her mouth shut, and Muttnuts, who we barely even see. So congratulations, Eli. You have 3 people. Let's give Eli a round of applause. 3 people. Congratulations, Eli. You managed to turn 100,000 people off your channel. That's impressive, isn't it?
So it's racing big in the UK, like NASCAR racing in the States.
No. You do get go-kart and you do get banger racing. You do get rally car in the UK. Obviously you have Silverstone, the racetrack here. Is it Silverstone? No, no. Silverstone, the F1 racetrack.
Silverstone.
You have Silverstone F1 racetrack. So they do Formula One here. They do. If you go to Snetterton, you can do track racing. It's not like NASCAR in America, not by no stretch of the imagination. NASCAR in America is crazy. People are literally devoted to that. It's kind of like football in the UK, isn't it? Football in the UK is probably the equivalent of America's NASCAR. Racing is a thing in the UK, but there's not so much racing televised. The only racing that's televised in the UK is probably the F1, isn't it? You don't get many other televised racings. Superbikes, now they get televised quite a lot.
Okay.
We've watched them on a weekend before. Superbikes get probably more coverage than go-karting and bang
Isn't that
racing.
the bikes are basically like a dirt
Yeah, they're the
track and they
ones
go around
that-
a circle.
Yeah, they're the ones that Talon watches on the TV and goes, thank fuck I'm in a go-kart. Because if I hit that wall like they do on the superbikes, that's it. You're dead. Like, you've seen them bounce off the floor before and gone, holy shit, you know. Superbikes would terrify him. He'd go around a course with a go-kart at 70 miles an hour because he's in a frame. He's protected to a certain extent, aren't you? You're strapped in with a go-kart, aren't you? So he's
Not really.
perfectly well. If the go-kart was to crash, you generally end up staying in it. You don't fly off, do you?
Not really.
Think about a superbike.
You go head on, you go forwards and literally ripless.
Yeah, but you've seen
Yeah.
superbikes do like 100, 150 miles an hour, and they hit that wall. They've got nothing to protect them. They're thrown from the bike 90% of the time, and guaranteed they've broken a collarbone, a rib, a leg, or some people even died doing superbikes. It's a really dangerous sport, especially if you hit another biker doing the speed you're doing. Like I said, Talon has broke his go-kart before.
Many times.
Mainly not necessarily his own fault. Usually, back in the day when he did Little League and they were training to do go-karts, some of the boys were a bit more stupid than others. You're always taught in go-karting to weigh up your chances on the track before you overtake somebody. You're meant to weigh it up. Do you have enough room? Do you have enough time to get round? And you're trained to basically weigh up on the spot whether you can get round them in time. And with the little leagues, they just take stupid chances. And Talon did get hurt before in one of them when a kid decided he was going to cut him up and Talon did crash again. That time you didn't come off so badly because you weren't doing as fast. But had he been in the bigger go-kart that time, he'd have been injured the same as the second time.
Not really.
What is Disney like in the UK? I just noticed his sweater. Well, there isn't a Disney in the UK. He was going to Disneyland Paris.
I actually always got to go to Paris.
He's been trying to go to Disneyland Paris for a year. If you didn't hear the story yesterday, back in Christmas, 2019, they were all saying about going to Disneyland. They booked a holiday for June last year. Obviously, we went into a lockdown in March, so they cancelled the holiday in June because we were in a lockdown and put it for September. We were then in a lockdown again, so they cancelled it. Then they rebooked it for June this year, and Paris, from what I gather, is still in a lockdown until September or August, September. Disneyland Paris, I don't believe, is opening anytime soon. They've literally been closed the whole of lockdown. So when we heard the news, a month ago, that Disneyland Paris was still closed until at least May, they decided to cancel the holiday for a fourth time, and they're now going. When are you now going?
Next year.
Now going in 2022.
February time.
2022, possibly in February. So by the time he actually goes to Disneyland, it would have been 2 years since they booked it. And the top he's got, which says, can you show the top? The top actually says Disney 2020. But by the time he goes to Disneyland, it will be 2022. So that means that his nan is going to buy him a new top. So he'll have a whole new jumper by the time he goes, because this one, as you can see, he's had this, what, a year, and they've decided that he can wear it because they're not going. The top won't fit him by the time they actually go to Disneyland. So he's going to have a whole new jumper. And everything I bought him for Disneyland doesn't fit him either. I bought him clothes, trunks to go swimming with. The whole stuff I bought him last year, by the time he goes next year, won't fit him. So apart from the bag, the bottle, and the towel, everything else won't fit him. They're going to have to buy him all new clothes just to go to Disneyland. And if you know Disneyland's shit, they're not cheap. I mean, that top itself was probably £40 easily. Well, no, 30, 40 quid.
You spent at least 200 quid in all the.
It sat in that. It sat in his nan's cupboard for like a year, and she's decided, look, fuck it, we're not going for another year. And with the growth spurt that kids get, it's just not going to fit him.
Cool.
Oh, I've just looked it up. Supposedly there is going to be a Disney UK by 2024. They keep saying that. They keep saying they want to do
We'll be going instead.
They keep saying, yeah, because you won't go to. Yeah, if COVID carries on, we'll just go to the one in the UK.
Easier.
I don't know. They keep saying of a Disney World by 2024. I personally can't see it, but they are building. There is going to be a new theme park in the UK. It's not Disney World, but there is a new theme park coming. It's been put through the planning permissions. And if you go onto Theme Park Worldwide's channel, they actually talk about it on there, that there is going to be this new big theme park, but it's not Disney World. Although they would like one in the UK. The problem is Disney World is such a huge fucking thing. When they do a theme park, they go big because the rides are big, the areas are big, the shopping is big, the hotels are big. If Disney does it, they need a huge area. I mean, Hollywood Studios is massive. Disneyland Florida's massive. Even Tokyo Disney and that in Japan are huge. Universal Studios is huge. Disneyland Paris isn't as big as the other ones. From what I gather, it's a smaller park. Yeah, Anna will say. I'm sure Anna's been to most of the Disneys in America. Whether he goes, who knows? I think by the time they actually go, he will be bored and he just kind of, I mean, in fairness, let's be honest and drop some truth bombs here, Teeny. Okay. You ready for some truth bombs? He didn't really want to go to Disneyland, did you?
So.
He's not a big Disney fan. He's not one to sit there and watch Beauty and the Beast or Snow White or, you know.
I'd have to sit there and watch Frozen.
He did start to get into Disney when they started having the Marvel stuff, though. When they said they were doing a Marvel part, and then he got even more excited to an extent when they were doing the Star Wars place. Kent would be a good place to have it.
It's not far away, I don't think.
No. Disneyland in California fits in the parking lot of the Magic Kingdom of Disney World in Florida. All right. It is. I mean, Disney when they do a theme park, they go big. You know, they want you to have a magical time. And like I said, Talon was the two parts that Talon's interested in is the Marvel universe or Star Wars. If it comes to, maybe Jurassic Park.
Frozen.
Jurassic Park's a good one. He does like the Jurassic Park world. Frozen, apparently.
I still haven't watched number 2 yet. That's disappointing.
Although another thing he got into is Harry Potter. Yes. Harry Potter he's kind of got into.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Have you watched all of them? I think we discussed this yesterday, that he hadn't watched all of them or he wasn't sure. Because I don't think he's watched the Harry Potter movies in order. His nan just kind of puts one on and Talon watches it, but you need to watch it from the start to learn the whole thing. So some Coach J-Rom did say he looked like Harry Potter yesterday with his glasses on. And even Talon kind of said Expelliarmus yesterday, or Harry, you're a wizard. And
Wizard Harry.
it did Coach
Can't
J-Ron did say he had the if you want to call it the Daniel Radcliffe kind of swoopy hair, young look, deep voice kind of thing. Which I guess isn't an insult. I mean, Daniel Radcliffe has made shit tons of money, let's be honest. He can literally retire. He's the person that features in all of the Harry Potter movies. He's the lead. So he could basically just retire on the money he has. He made so much money from Harry Potter, although he didn't have the best time filming Harry Potter. He did get to the third, fourth film, and he really had enough. But you sign a contract for the entire book series, and she had 7 books, so there were 7 movies. Filming is tiring. When you've literally gone for your first movie and it's a 7-series film, and they spent the first 10 years of their childhood just filming and being on set and traveling. It is an exhausting thing, isn't it, to grow up doing movies while you're being a teenager. You think you've seen the first Harry Potter? I don't know which ones he's seen. Universal Studios owns Marvel, Jurassic Park, and Harry Potter. Disney has Star Wars, unless I miss Disney buying those enterprises. Yeah, I don't. They're kind of the bits he's into. He's not really into things like. I'm trying to think what's at Disneyland Paris, but like he said, he's kind of into Frozen. He's not really into like the princessy stuff, you know, Belle and Cinderella and that kind of thing. He's not really into the whole Disney princesses.
Because I think it's cool with all the ice.
I should think the Disney villains would interest him more than anything. Maybe Cruella de Vil, Ursula from The Little Mermaid, bad guys maybe. But he will go to Paris apparently at some point in the future. I think once you rebook the holiday for like the 5th time, you're kind of bored of it now. You know, there was all the hype of booking it. We're going to Disneyland. They got passports. They got everything fucking sorted. They've rebooked the flights, the Eurostar, like 100 times now. They've had to change everything. They had to change the Eurostar. They had to change the hotels because then different days weren't available. They had to change the park dates because when you go to Disneyland, you buy a ticket for the actual park and then you have to pay for your hotel. Everything is separate. So the park is separate, the hotel is separate, the dining plan is separate, everything is separated. And they've had to just keep rebooking stuff over and over. And at some point, it just gets to the point where it's just like, it's just boring, you know. You want to go on holiday, yes, but once you've booked your holiday so many times, you just kind of lose interest on actually going. And now they're saying, oh, we're going in 2022, and Talon's like, yay. He's not excited because the chances are that if COVID had another influx and they then just put him in lockdown again, and then the holiday can just be cancelled. Because the thing is that the UK could be out of the lockdown and Paris could still be in it. There's no guarantee that just because the UK come out of a lockdown that France will do exactly the same. They've been in a lockdown more than we have. Paris was literally shut down at one point. And unlike Universal Studios or Tokyo Disney and all that, the France one has only opened once during the entire pandemic, I believe, and that shut within a month. And they haven't opened since.
They only shut again because they.
Yeah, they haven't opened since. Paris has literally been on a lockdown, and they will not open until it's 100% certain that they can protect everybody, and you can't blame them for that. Here in the States, you only see the villains around Halloween. Yeah, which sucks. I mean, I love the villains more than anything else that Disney do, and I'm not a big Disney fan. I literally could just walk past a Disney movie and not really care. It's not something I seek out to.
Oh. Broke.
It's not something I seek out to watch when there's a new movie coming up. But Oogie Boogie, Jack Skeleton, Jack Skeleton and Oogie Boogie are my favourite characters from Halloween. Cruella de Vil are features at Halloween. You'll have Gaston from Belle, who's technically a villain. You get Ursula from The Little Mermaid. She's a villain. You get Maleficent. Maleficent? Is that how you pronounce her name?
Oh.
She's a Maleficent. It's a Disney movie. She's a villain. There aren't quite as many villains as good people. Obviously, Disney like to keep it with all the princesses and the la-di-da stuff, which I can't stand. So you're getting the vaccines in the UK. We are slowly. They have done it to... I think they've done the people in the 70s and over. They've done the 60s. They're now doing, I believe it's people in the 50s, which means I should get mine.
How old's Granddad?
50.
Okay, he's now getting the jab.
Yeah, they're doing the people in the 50s. So by the time I get mine, it should be around, apparently they're saying June, July before I get mine.
They basically give you
Oogie is your favourite character ever. Yeah, Jack Skeleton is my perfect. What's your favourite
I don't know. Who's
Halloween villain?
Who's Oogie?
Oogie Boogie.
The Boogeyman.
Yeah, the Boogeyman from Nightmare Before Christmas. Oogie Boogie. Who's your favourite villain? Do you have a favourite character from Disney? Olaf? You do like him.
He's not a villain.
No, but what's your favourite character then? Because I know you're not really into like Disney and stuff. Do you have a favourite film then of Disney? Favourite movie?
Frozen.
He likes.
I haven't seen number 2 yet, though. That's really disappointing.
We will buy it. He'll have to watch Disney Frozen. I don't think his dad will want to watch it, and I haven't even seen the first one.
Is it on Netflix?
Amazon Prime. Use Dad's Amazon Prime to watch it. That'll have it for definite. Are horror movies big in the UK? Not really. I mean, kind of hit and miss. Most horror movies nowadays come from America. Or if you want a really good horror movie, go to somewhere like Japan. They're like awesome when it comes to horror movies. Horror movies, I mean, I watch horror movies all the time. I don't know about Teeny. He's not really a horror fan, are you?
Oh, I just don't watch movies in general.
He's just not a movie fan.
I game too much.
I mean, he'll go to the cinema on occasion, like he did go see Star Wars.
Yes,
He went to see Jurassic Park. Horror movies, they're not really massive in the UK. If you get like the Saw franchise come over here or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we'll watch them, but it's not something that the UK are big on, really. You do get a lot of B-rated movies from the UK, mind you. Poor acting, poor CGI graphics, the whole works.
Like Sonic.
You like horror movies, Paul. So do I. Me, you, and Trenchy would be perfect on a panel, Paul.
What sort of horror movies, though?
The gorier, the better. The
Like,
gorier, the better.
Horror movies does the rest of them? That's his name now.
Paul, what sort of horror movies do you like? Do you like the ones that have gore? Do you like psychological horror? Do you like monster horror? Do you like paranormal horror? What kind of horror? Because I like gore. Mine's the gorier, the better. Gory and psychological horror. Things like Saw, 13 Ghosts, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Anything that's got like psychological parts of it, and also obviously the gore. See the gore. That's my personal preference. He, on the other hand,
oh no.
Don't think you've really seen many horror movies.
I watched that one about an orphan.
He watched the Orphan movie with the girl that
Has an
has a medical condition that makes her seem younger than she is, he has watched that one because technically there's only like 2 bits in it that are a little bit iffy. Obviously, you have when she hits the nun in the head with a hammer and kills her,
Or it kills the pigeon with the rock.
kills the pigeon with the rock. So, you know,
Pushes a kid in front of a car.
it's technically psychological tame horror. I call it tame. You know, it's nothing like I watch. I can't believe he was born in '08. I remember '08 like it was yesterday. I don't. Believe me. I had 3 kids at that point. I was exhausted in '08. Haha. So where is Soulless? One that features Donald Pleasance. I don't know who Donald Pleasance is. You'd have to elaborate on that. Remember, he's 13. You need to put some movies in there, Paul. You need to dull it down and put some movies so I know what we're talking about. He's only 13. He's
Very
to be
dumb.
fair, there's not really been any good horror franchises apart from Saw, maybe, that have come out since he's been born. And I don't think he's seen the Saw films. It's kind of a bit much.
I
And
want to watch them.
the storylines are quite confusing. Maybe one day we could watch Saw 1 together and just see how he likes it and go from there.
Oh, I would love it. I love
Paul
people
likes
nearly
the
dying.
Halloween movies. The Halloween movies, is a guy that goes around killing people. Basically, he has a huge vendetta against everybody. I've never really watched the Halloween movies,
Like me. I hate them.
as such,
I just like people in
because
general.
they're like overdone and there's just too many of them. You know, you get 7 or 8 movies in a franchise and you're kind of like pulling at the old money rather than the actual content of the movies. It's just using a name then. People are like, oh, Halloween movie, have to go watch it just to see it. And nah. Your daughter turns 13 in November. Isn't it nice having teenagers? I mean,
No.
he's my last teenager, thank God, because I've had 3 kids. I've done the teenager stuff twice now. 3rd time is enough. I don't think anything in this day and age really changes when you become a teenager. He does have a Facebook account now if you want to class a massive event when you turn 13. He now has Facebook so he can talk to his mum and actually answer stuff. You still probably won't go on Facebook ever, will you?
It's
It's weird to me how kids born after the new millennium are in their teens and some are going into the teens. Seems like the 20 years has gone so fast. It does. I'll be the first one to tell you that I have 2 adult.
You read that wrong, by the way. Going into the 20s.
Yeah, I have 2 adult sons. One is 18 and one is 17. And then obviously I have a 13-year-old who will be an adult within a few years. And then I will be the parent of 3 adult children. Tal can say what he thinks now that I will be officially old. Isn't that right, Dinny? You're officially old by the time Talon turns like 16, 18, I'll be in my 40s. That's old.
You're already old.
I'm 36 now. I mean, had I have started older having kids, I don't like the idea of having kids too late in life. So when I had my first one at 17, yes, it was a shock. And then I had another one really quickly. And then I waited 5 years because if you ever had 2 kids at the same time with like in the space of a year, no. The amount of sleep I lost, I will never get back. But look, this is him. Look, this is what happens when you can't go to a hairdresser in lockdown. Look at this. Look at it. Look, he's literally got sideburns that are like halfway down his face. Look at this. You can literally just put them together and make a beard. He needs a haircut, like massively.
I just sorted my hair out.
I'm surprised his nan didn't give him a haircut before he went back to school because I can't take him to a hairdresser's because they're not open. Soon as people born before the new millennium, 1980s, 99, will be considered ancient. Well, thank you, Sadrift. I was born in 1984, and I don't consider myself. I don't consider myself ancient, Sadrift. Thank you for that. I consider myself nearly middle age. We'll call it that. I still like to think of myself as young. You know, you
scissors.
you want to try and why?
You want scissors? You like?
Why
What?
would you want scissors for?
Have you got any? That's
I'm
my
not
lips.
cutting your hair.
No, don't cut my hair.
I won't cut his hair. His nan will. Really, he should have a haircut, and his nan should sort it.
My hair's just got
You were born in '88. Oh, so you're kind of close to my age, which is good because us old golden oldies need to stay together.
Oh, back this way it goes.
But yeah,
the other way.
he has. If you just look at him, he does have that kind of Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter look. J-Ron wasn't far off. If you feel it, if you think ancient, you feel ancient. So I think young. Well, that is kind of a mindset to have, Paul. They do say you're only as old as you feel, and I feel like 100.
I feel sure.
Do you feel 13 or do you feel older?
I feel younger.
You feel, how old do you feel then? Do you not feel like a teenager?
No.
To be fair, getting to a teenager from being young takes it feels like it takes forever to get to being 13. It feels like an arduous journey, and it's even longer to becoming 18. That's probably the most worst drawn out part. Is getting 18, isn't it? So getting to 18 is the worst one, isn't it? From 13, that probably feels even longer. Golden oldies. Well, thank you. 1985. Oh, I love having people my age. It's so sweet that we're all old together. Everyone, much love to anyone I miss. I'm 33 years old and you'll be 34 April the 2nd. I love the fact that everyone is kind of my age group. It's so cool to have everyone that's like me. See, that's where Eli went wrong. Eli was trying to appeal to the younger crowd and not his own age. I think Eli would do much better if he went for his own age group, like Rogue said. Look at me. My friends on YouTube are all kind of my age, which makes the channel work so well. Eli trying to go for these Gen Z and whatever they want to call it, the younger kids. I think that's where he's going wrong. I think he would associate more with people his own age. But you can't manipulate people of their own age because they've been through life. They're wary to everything you do, which is why he manipulates and tries to manipulate the younger people.
All right, I'm trying to read that.
I'm trying to read it. Go ahead then. So TJ was born in 1987. So they're all kind of in the same year. We've got everyone born in the same years that your mum was. So we can all be old together.
No, you're already old.
He likes to tell me that. He doesn't mean it really, do you?
Oh, hell yeah.
He's off screen, so you can't see the fact that he isn't smiling at that one. There you go. Perfect. You're going to come back on?
In a bit.
In a bit. We've got our audio takeaway in a bit.
My eyes are hurting looking at the screen.
Well, don't read the screen then.
But I like reading the screen.
Come over here. Come on, it's your birthday stream. You need to get in it.
I was in it.
We've got our audio takeaway in a bit.
Okay.
And then get your dad over. We can finish the evening. So you want to come on here for another 5-10 minutes and then we'll come on. Just come on. Come on.
Come in. Getting up.
Any more questions you have for little T? We'll be on here for about another 10 minutes to make it to half an hour. And then he's going to have his Chinese. Why don't you tell them what you're having for your Chinese takeaway? What did you order?
I don't know what I ordered.
Well, he obviously ordered egg fried rice because one of the things he loves to eat is rice.
And eggs.
And then he ordered some deep fried shredded chili chicken. Is that right?
I need new ones. Karen Bentler.
Is that it?
Fat eggs.
Deep fried shredded chili chicken. So
Yeah,
basically,
I
it's
really
like a chili chicken that's kind of in pieces. It's really sweet. It's really sticky, isn't it?
And spicy.
Sweet, sticky, and spicy. And then his dad, which he'll probably share with Alan, is having a beef chow mein, some egg fried rice, and a chicken curry that you can have some of, Teeny, if you want on the side of your plate. And then you get 3 prawn crackers. Teeny, big up the prawn crackers. That's one of his.
My brother with prawn crackers.
That's one of his favourite parts of prawn crackers, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't like my brother when he gets
You know what we should have
Chinese.
got? Should have got you some little popcorns.
Fair enough. I don't like my brother when he gets Chinese, because he always comes through with prawn crackers, but he's
Oh,
always
here you
brings the out
go.
of date ones first.
Saydrift says, I have to go. Happy birthday to her son. Sorry, I'm too broke to donate. Oh, no worries, Saydrift. Maybe once we get the stimulus check, I can try. No worries, Saydrift. Chili chicken sounds yummy. So thank you for coming to the stream.
Thank you.
Big thumbs up. Thumbs up the stream on your way out if you haven't. We want to try and keep our numbers in the positive. We haven't had any negatives today. Coach Eli,
Reload that bit,
Coach Eli,
just in case.
Coach Eli's obviously, you know.
I'm not hating, but he isn't a fucking life coach. I know more about that from my past. I can listen to him the way it's fucking stupid. I'm just being honest and truthful about it.
Well said.
Yes, you mean truthful?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought truthful was one word. That's it. Sorry, but
That's well said. I think we all feel like, I think we felt that if he was a real life coach, the stuff he did, he wouldn't cut out there. Rogue made a good point yesterday. If people researched their life coach and looked at his history, his backstory to see what kind of coaching he does, and they found these videos on YouTube where he bashed the blind, he bashed the disabled, he shouted at women, he was just horrible to people, would you really want to have him do your therapy sessions and coach you? I mean, let's be honest. As Rogue said last night, he's a scammer, he's a con artist, he has no training, he has no skills, he has no people skills. He threatens people, he doxes people. He just didn't, like he said, he's got small man syndrome. He's trying to be more than he is. And at some point, you just have to look and say, look, I did a bad thing. My channel's gone to shit. Is it time to leave YouTube? Which is the question everyone's asking. Is it time he left? Maybe. But thank you, TJ and Saydrift, for your opinions. Obviously, I'm going to do another live stream giving my full opinion on RJ's situation right now and Eli's, because I don't agree with what RJ's doing, and that is an entirely separate stream, which I will do by myself, and hopefully have a panel on that one. I wouldn't mind a panel to talk about the RJ Eli things. If anyone in the future, probably tomorrow, wants to come on a panel to discuss the Eli and RJ thing, I'd be more than happy to have you up. I'm not going to listen to RJ's side of things. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to partake in it. I don't care. That's as simple as that. I'm not willing to listen to him. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, go fuck yourself, you know.
is that how it goes?
Yeah. You can't burn bridges repeatedly, make excuses, not take ownership for it, and blame other people. I'm sorry, but when you do shit on YouTube, if I sit here and say Eli's an asshole, I'm not going to turn around and say, well, my son badgered me to do it. I was pushed in to do it. I'm being paid to do it. If I say Eli's an asshole, I'm doing it because I'm doing it. No one's forcing me to say it. I'm not being paid. I'm doing it because that's my opinion. And if RJ wants to have a career on YouTube, when you say something on YouTube, you need to stick by what you say. It's no one else's. It's no one else's pushing you. No excuses. I think me and a few other people on YouTube feel the same. I think there's a band of us that hate RJ and will never have him on a panel. I wouldn't even listen to him. I think he's boring. I think Eli manipulated him, yes, in a way, but I think RJ can make his own decisions. Simple as. I think he makes his own decisions. He can claim he's dumb, he didn't understand, he didn't know what was going on, but this is like the fourth time now. And when you get to that stage, it's like, mate, you fucked up once, fair enough. You fucked up twice, we can let it go. 3, 4, 5, 6 times, you ain't got a leg to stand on anymore, RJ. No one's going to forgive you for all this. You can't just come back over here the day that Eli has a bad day and say, oh, sorry, Eli's a bad person now. It's not going to wash. if Rogue had a good night last night, and EJ had been big, and Eli had been bigged up and made the center of attention and did really well on there, you wouldn't be fucking going behind Eli's back and being on Riley's panel and trying to swap sides. You would have been with Eli, standing next to him, bigging him up, taking the subscribers, taking donations maybe, and you'd have been reveling in it. It's all because Eli's thing went to shit. He's got 100,000 people now that have seen his shit, probably don't like him. His channel's going to go down the pan, and you didn't want to go with him. Isn't that right, Teeny? Teeny knows everything that goes on with this whole YouTube thing because it is part of your life.
I missed Teeny. Sorry.
Especially when people are going for your friends. We just won't have it. And as Talon said, loyalty is a thing to have on YouTube, isn't it? You're loyal to your friends, you're loyal to your family.
Thanks, Zero Steve.
Hey, Zero. You have to have loyalty on YouTube. Talon's loyal to his friends when he plays GTA. They have like a little squad. They're all loyal to each other. They don't fuck each other over.
Yeah, we do.
Well, maybe Talon does. But you try and keep loyalty, you know, to your friends. If your friend was being picked on at school, you back them up. You know, you help people.
I was thinking of a girl. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember who you're talking about.
Because I wasn't going to talk about it here now.
Who's
Web's
Who's in?
I don't know, you said they just spread up. One of them was Silk, so you're not meant to be going on about them until they're well again.
Well, RJ's mentally handicapped.
Thingy-bagoo.
Thingy-bagoo.
I don't
I don't
know.
think who Thingy-bagoo is. Eli's mentally disabled in some way. I'm sure he's bipolar or retarded.
Closing this.
Who?
How do I go down? I don't know if it'll be on here or not.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Alright, well.
You said that someone was ill and that apparently you're not meant to be talking about it anymore or anything like that due to they're ill. And that you can only talk about them again once they're well again.
Well, no, I'm not meant to bash RJ because he has a handicap, but
No,
I believe
RJ.
I believe that if you make your decisions, you should stick by them.
It wasn't RJ, I know that.
No. I honestly can't remember. I don't like to fight because I may kill someone because I black out. Oh, thank you, TJ. I don't wish any ill will on RJ at all. I just think he's a backstabber, a liar. He shared out shit he shouldn't have. He passed on the link to our stream to Eli, so he snitched basically and went back behind our back and basically stabbed us in the back.
Shut up! Sorry.
Basically, RJ stabbed people in the back.
I'm sorry.
Right. You want to say your final thoughts, Teeny? Thank
About
everyone
what?
for coming for your birthday. Thank
Thank
everyone
you
for coming. He's appreciative to everybody. So
Yeah.
Joe Buddy, Sharpshooter, J Rom, Annabelle, Joe Buddy, Cherokee Girl, Gemma Journey Gace, Riley Jones, everyone that donated to his birthday. And if you couldn't donate to his birthday, don't feel bad. Lockdown is a shit for everybody. You can always donate to a future stream.
Some people earn more money than others.
Some people earn more money than others. Some people are having a rougher time. So anyone that couldn't donate to his birthday, don't feel bad. You can always donate to me in a later stream and I can pass it on to him. So don't feel bad that you can't donate. It's perfectly fine.
Right.
Don't worry. If you want to see more from us, I will probably go live.
What do I call them?
TJ.
TJ, okay. And I just two things to from.
But yeah, if you want to see more, I will possibly live stream tomorrow. I'm trying to get my watch time, so if you want to watch my videos back and put them on a loop, please do so. Make sure you give a thumbs up on the way out, Teeny. Big thumbs up. Suck it to Eli. And remember, eat a dick, Eli. Take care and thanks for watching. Much love to everybody.
Bye.
Bye.